Welcome to the show. Bring your little bitch up and good to go. Hit the kill switch, murder that she wrote. Goodness gracious, had to make it known.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe below, and turn on your post notifications so that you are notified every time I post a new video. We're doing a slick ponytail, girl. And today you're going to need some black hair strips, some edge control. You're going to also need some hair glue, some got to be spray so we can slick it down, baby, some hairspray. You're going to also need a wide tooth comb, hard bristle brush, and rat tail combs. You're going to also need hair scrunchies, a blow dryer, as well as the bundle for your ponytail. Items I forgot to mention were an edge control brush, and that's about it. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is make sure your hair is blow dried and flat ironed. That is the best way that you're gonna slick down your hair and get the best results. And what I'm doing now is trying to figure out which side I want to do my side part on. I defaulted to this side naturally because that's where I primarily wear my side parts. So I'm just going to part it and see how it looks just to kind of get an idea. And of course I like this side, but I also want to see the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and part and also swoop it over just to see how it looks. And when I was looking on camera recording this, it didn't look as good, but now I'm looking at it, it definitely looks good either way. But of course, I'm just gonna go back to my natural side part that I just like to have, which is on my left, your right, if you're looking at the video. So now that I've made up my mind and I'm happy and I'm excited, I'm gonna go ahead and perfect this part. Now, the way I'm parting it is kind of in like a round part or a curved part. This part just allows it to lay better once you begin to lay your ponytail and slick your ponytail down. And also every YouTube video I watch, that's how the girls part their hair. So that's how I'm going to part it as well. Maybe later on I'll try a more straighter part, but for now I'm going to do a curved part since it's my first time. And what you're going to do after you make that part is secure that section, and this section is going to be your actual swoop. So I am just securing it in this little messy bun here, and then I'm going to go ahead and section off the rest of my hair. Now what I was trying to do is section it off and be strategic with each section and making sure that I'm taking my time. So as I begin to slick and lay down my ponytail, I'm not trying to do a whole bunch of hair at one time and not achieving the most slick and smoothest ponytail that I can. So I made two sections on the side and one on each side, and then I made a section in the middle, and then I have one on my lower back of my head or scalp. And so now we're going to get started. You're going to need the hard bristle brush, and what I did is just begin to brush it into the ponytail that I am going to want. And you don't want to do it too low, but you don't want to do it too high. So I did have to play with it a little bit just to figure out how low or high I was going to sit the ponytail. But then you're going to grab your got to be glued freeze spray, and this helps you actually mold, and not even mold, but keep the hold so that once you start slicking it down, it actually stays in that position. So you're going to grab your rat tail comb, make sure you comb it out, and then you just start to spray and use that comb to make sure your lines are straight and your ponytail is slick. You then use the blow dryer to dry the freeze spray. But as you guys see, I took down the middle part or the middle section, and I'm reparting my sides in the front. I just felt that the section I had in the middle, I sectioned it into two sections, which was too much. So I just was like, let me just do my two side sections so I can make sure when I lay my ponytail, my edges are slicked and I'm taking my time with that. But for the middle part, my hair is actually pretty straight at this point, and I don't have any kink in my scalp right now because I made sure to flat iron from the scalp to the tip of my hair. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start slicking that ponytail. So as you guys see, I am getting the rat tail comb and I'm combing it down into that other section that I already put some of that free spray on, and I am positioning into the ponytail. And this is something different than what I've been watching in the videos. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put my hair into the actual ponytail before I start to spray. For me, spraying before I put it in the ponytail was not working for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I use the rat tail comb to get these edges laid down and these roots laid down. And then I'm gonna put my hair in a scrunchie and begin to mold it that way. But as you guys can see, you can kind of see my scalp in that one section just by the way I'm holding my ponytail. So I wanted to use the rat tail comb to help. Oh girl, I had so many scrunchies on that table, y'all, and I had to use the one on my wrist, making that ugly face. But anyway, make sure that ponytail is smooth and slick, no humps, no lumps, no nothing. And you might have to keep combing it just to make sure that it's perfect, which is what I'm doing here. I comb this section so many times before I actually put the ponytail holder on. So now I'm putting the ponytail holder on to secure the section. And I'm gonna go back in with the rat tail comb just to make sure I comb and slick down this ponytail the best way I can before I start to mold and spray. So now I am spraying the Got To Be Glue free spray on it, and then I'm gonna go back in with the comb. When I say y'all gotta make sure y'all lay the hair down, you gotta lay it down. Then you go in with the blow dryer just to kind of dry it. Make sure your heating settings on your blow dryer is on low. I did have mine on high, and it did cause for flyaways to start appearing. So turn that thing down, because we really just need it to dry the spray. So every time I spray, I try to go back in with the comb just to make sure everything is flat before I actually blow dry. So I'm spraying the other side. And I must say, I'm so proud of myself that I'm even attempting to do this with these long nails on. I recently got my nails done, and these are the longest I've ever gotten my nails. But as you guys see, I'm blow drying my ponytail, just making sure that free spray dries up. Once it dries, it does harden, so it does help with the hold and letting it stay. But I basically undid the ponytail, and I'm putting it back on just to secure it even more. We're going to go ahead and begin in the front by starting with the two side pieces. So starting with the first side, I'm going to go ahead and begin to comb how I want the hair to lay down, again, before I start to spray any product or begin to mold anything. So I had to go to the bathroom real quick to get a towel because this free spray does get real sticky, and I just want to wipe my hands from time to time. So again, I am combing my hair down and pulling out some sideburns as well, just so I can see how I want my hair to lay down. At this point, because I am in the front of my hair, I went ahead and used the Got To Be Glue styling gel, the Invicible, I think it's called, gel. And that's just to help it lay down even better and make it just slick. So I'm using the hard bristle brush to brush down the edges as well. And the gel is kind of like the free spray. Once you put it on and it dries, it actually begins to mold, and it stays in that shape that you created. So you got to kind of move fast and make sure that it's laying the way you want it to lay. So now I'm spraying my freeze spray and I'm brushing it as well just to make sure it's laying down like I want it to. And again, this takes time, y'all. Like, this looks pretty easy, but once you start doing it, you'll realize like it really is you got to take your time to achieve like the perfect ponytail. And that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just blow drying it so it can stay. And for the most part, it is staying. I have not secured it in the ponytail yet, but that's what I'm doing now. So I loosened up the ponytail holder, pulled it off, and I am securing the extra hair that I just molded into the ponytail. I strongly recommend that you do not use rubber bands, and instead you use a hair safe type of secure scrunchie, just so that when you're pulling it, you're not pulling your hair out. If I were using a rubber band, I'm pretty sure I would be pulling my hair out with the way I'm unfastening or unraveling the scrunchie. But that's the Got To Be Glue styling gel, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the other side. Now this side will be showing versus the other side, the swoop will lay on top of it. So I kind of wanted to really take my time with this side. And I'm just pulling out the sideburns. It wouldn't stay, so I had to put it in my mouth for a quick second. But I'm going to really take my time with molding this side. And I really wanted to try the baby hair like swirl. It was kind of like a baby hair finger wave thing that I saw on TikTok and on YouTube, but I'm not trying to put that much product in my hair to manipulate my hair that much. So I'm going to add in some styling gel. That is the second product that I forgot to mention. So here I am trying to attempt that swoop thing, and it's not working out. But the Eco Styling Gel, I prefer that because it doesn't get as flaky and hard as the Got To Be Glue. And since this side is showing, I wanted to use that. But right now I'm just combing out some baby hairs that I'm going to lay later on in the video. And I'm about to spray some freeze spray on there and then blow dry that sucker so we can get it to stay down. Y'all don't understand how hard this is. Like, it seems so easy, and you guys watching it are probably like, girl, it's laid. You can move on, secure that. But like up close in the camera or just looking in my mirror, I had to keep going in and like combing and fixing. But here I am adding the extra pieces of hair to the ponytail. I didn't realize how perfect my part was though. Go me. So now we're gonna move on to the swoop. Now this is the part I was most nervous about because I'm not really one to like to wear hair in or on my face. And this swoop kind of lies on my face, but it definitely worked out. And at this point, I really was getting excited and I couldn't wait to see how this was gonna work out. But because I have no product in my hair right now, it's not staying, so don't mind how my hair is just falling as I try to mold it. I'm just trying to get an idea of how I want it to lay before I add any product. And that looked about right, so I'm going to go ahead and spray some product so I can begin to mold it and shape it. Right here, I'm adding some hairspray just to kind of wet it a little bit. And this step I regret doing because you guys are going to see that my swoop begins to wave up a little bit in some parts. But the next time I do a ponytail, I'm not going to add hairspray until like the end of the process. I just feel like with me adding hairspray, it really wet my hair because it's a little different than the freeze spray. And so when my hair gets wet, it curls up. And you guys are going to see what I'm talking about in a little bit. But as you guys see, I am shaping it and using a rat tail comb to make sure everything is smooth. The freeze spray dries so fast, y'all, that you really have to kind of move fast, but at the same time, take your time. I don't know how that even makes sense, but I'm doing it in this video right here. So All right, so I got the first part of the swoop to lay down. I haven't even put the blow dryer on it and it's already laying down, but I am just laying down the rest of it just to see how it's gonna go. And that looks pretty good to me. I'm so excited, y'all, because it's actually looking good and this is my first time. So here I am just spraying some more freeze spray so we can make sure that everything stays in place. A lot of people assume that you'll be using your hard bristle brush to do this slick ponytail, but as you guys can see, I really use the rat tail comb a lot. I think it just depends on the texture of your hair, but if you really get your hair straight enough, it's easier to manipulate with this style. But here I am just trying to get my swoop perfect. So right here, I am also adding some more of the Got To Be Glue styling gel, the Invisible gel, just to lay it down even more, bring a little shine to it. And I'm gonna go back in with my hard bristle brush. And for me, the brush kind of messes up my swoop. So I'm gonna brush it just to lay it down, but I'm gonna go back in with the rat tail comb just so that it's distributing my hair evenly. Because as you guys see, when I brushed it, it kind of made some of my hair stick together in places, and my scalp is actually showing in a little part of my swoop. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray to get this thing wet a little bit, and also to get some extra hold. And why am I still using this hard bristle brush? I have no idea, but I eventually go back in with the rat tail comb. So here's what I'm talking about. I had my blow dryer on high, and as you guys saw, it made those little pieces of hair in the front of my swoop kind of come out. I'm not even sure why I blow dried it at this point because I'm not pleased with the shape. But here I am going in with the rat tail comb to kind of fix it all. And now I'm just going in and I am taking the ponytail holder out so I can do it again and secure it even better. And I do this a couple of times, y'all, because as you guys see already right now, it's not a perfect shape swoop compared to how it was a few minutes ago. So I eventually realized that, and then I go back in and fix it. But here I am just putting it back in its ponytail. As well as fixing my swoop. So I tried to salvage what I messed up with this swoop because I feel like it was so pretty a couple minutes ago, and then I kind of did too much. So why am I picking up this brush? I think this is the part I realized that hard bristle brush was not it, sis. Just use the comb. So this is me fixing it. Sprayed it again so it can hold its new shape. The parts that were showing my scalp, or the little lines you saw my scalp, have gone away for the most part. And my hair is not super thin, but I think because of all the product and all the molding, it started to make my hair stick together, which was starting to make some of my scalp show. But I could be being dramatic and you guys may not even notice it, but I see it. All right, so At this point, I am opening my pack of hair, and I basically just bought a pack of hair from the hair store. I believe I paid $11.99 for this hair, and it felt really good, really silky, really straight, and I got it in the color 1. Able to run my fingers through it really easily without any issues. And just to show you the brand of the hair, this is the Organique straight weave in 24 inches. So now, using the black strip tape, I am wrapping my ponytail, and if you guys can't tell, I braided my hair. And because I recently got a blunt cut, it's really hard for me to braid to the end, so I just secured it with a hair scrunchie. And I'm wrapping the black strips around my ponytail and securing it with glue so it doesn't come off. All right, once you have your ponytail wrapped with the black tape or the black strips, then you can go ahead and begin to start putting on the ponytail. And I saw this on YouTube videos. They all started at the bottom of the braid, and they basically wrap the hair around the ponytail or that braid and going up until they reach the top of the ponytail. So right now I'm just putting some glue on my track. I am not sure why I'm blowing the glue. This is my first time ever gluing tracks to my hair, so that kind of can explain why I'm blowing it like it's some lashes. I don't know, y'all. But looking for my blow dryer so I can go ahead and blow dry the glue just to make sure that it dries and that it's secured. Most people say that once you get past the ponytail or actually slicking your hair down, it's smooth sailing from here. For me, this entire hairstyle was very hard and tedious. For me, it was really wrapping the weave around my braid that was the hardest, because I had to go in and put glue as I wrapped it around. This is a brand new bottle of glue, but for some reason it was giving me issues with coming out. Like, the glue just would not come out the bottle. But here I am, raveling the ponytail around my braid, and I kind of got tangled in this part, so I was struggling a little bit. But after a while, I found my rhythm and I was getting through it. So I'll let y'all just enjoy the rest of this part while you listen to the beats made by Playhouse. Y'all, at this point, my arms are on fire, and I'm pushing through. I'm really pushing through, and I'm almost there. Just keep going, girl. Don't give up. It may feel like you've been doing this forever, but once it's over, it is so rewarding. So this is me checking to see how much of the track I have left. One tip of advice I would give you guys is make sure that when you are wrapping the ponytail that you are not wrapping it too close to each other or on top of each other, because as you get closer to the top, you definitely want to have more hair left than not enough. And for me, I realized as I got closer to the top that I may have put the tracks or glued the tracks too close together at the bottom of my braid. But nonetheless, I made it work. I just gauged how much hair I had left and just tried to, make it work. And for the most part, I did. So here I am to the last part of the track, and I am going to take the blow dryer and make sure that that glue is dry. Y'all, excuse my facial expressions. I'm just really concentrating on this ponytail. I honestly didn't think one bundle would be enough, so I actually bought two, but now I have more hair to do this ponytail again. So what I'm doing here is trying to take a piece or find a piece of the ponytail that I'm going to use to wrap around my ponytail. But I realized that that's just not going to work, especially with the amount of hair I want to use, as well as the way that my tracks are laying. So I am just combing my hair out just to make sure all the glue or anything that is causing it to not flow is out. I am going to use a piece of track that I had left over. And what I'm doing is using the freeze spray to kind of secure it on the ponytail holder. So make sure you're not gluing or securing it to the actual ponytail, but the actual holder. And I'm going to begin to wrap the hair around the ponytail holder. I had to try it again, y'all, because the freeze spray didn't really hold it, and I wanted to lay that piece of hair at the bottom of my ponytail holder versus the top. So here I am doing it again. I try it again, and most people, they spray freeze spray as they're wrapping it. But I didn't want to freeze my ponytail, so instead I just did the freeze spray at the end and used my finger to smooth it out. So I'm just making sure everything is smooth. Here is the finished look, y'all. I laid my baby hairs off camera because I'm not the best at it, so I didn't want to show y'all. But here's my ponytail. I think I did really, really good for it being my first time. Check out that little baby hair, the sideburns sticking out. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you are a new subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notifications so that you are notified every time I post a new video. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you guys so much. Thanks for rocking with your girl. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and drop in the comments below how you think I did with this ponytail. Again, this is my first time and I think I really slayed it. But I'll see y'all in another video. Bye.
She got no makeup. She do what she want, I can't make her. I fuck her real good when we make her. Said I ain't prep by no labels. Yeah, cause she put it on and they follow the drill. I need her like